that says that we should go back look at number Dalet on page Tov Reish Ayin Hey. And so we'll go do that with God's help. So he says, Rei B'Hadras Melech Shebicha Defi Darko Kanal, the Ima B'Kabbalas Men Abacha B'Bailu. So, a Mishpaz the zair anpin B'No Ein Sham. V'lezeh Bir Kan de Ruach HaChoitim Shal Erik Anpin HaNimshach the zair anpin Kanal. Nimshach Gam came Derek Ima HaKabbalas Ba'aba. So it has to go also that way. It is that it's the Ma'atza wants to bring the Shefa from Erik Anpin into zair anpin. But along the way, it has to go through Ima. The Zohar shows, if I got that exactly right, it may have been just Abba wanting to give, that's Chochma and zair anpin. That's more like it. The Zohar shows. Behei, and now he spells the Hey with a Hey Aleph. So he said, Behei Shehi Bina, Ishtak Lil zair anpin. So that Hey could be the Hey, this in the name Sag, because Sag goes along with Bina. And I'm just curious why he's spelling it Hey Aleph and other places spell it Hey Yud. So I'm trying to think it's a touch there. Shehi Bina Ishtak Lil zair anpin, which is Bina, and includes zair anpin like that. What does that mean? Pirish, Masha Nimsak Rucha Dachai zair anpin Erik Anpin. So he said a little better here. Ishtak Locha V'Desakim B'Yidecha B'Bina. Has to be done through Bina. Now I think there's a number Ches here. I don't know if we read it or not. So let's look at number Ches down at the bottom. So he said, V'chein Bir Gam B'Chadras Melech L'Cholon. Zohar Shono. I don't want to run over time, but so I'm losing track of where I'm at. So he said, L'Cholon Zohar Shono U'Mamasha Omer Hey Elov is Atacha Beruach HaYotzecha B'Nekev HaChoitim. So that Hey Elov, he says, that was Ater, that is crowned Beruach. I'm not sure what that means exactly. This is, but at any rate, Beruach HaYotze B'Nekev HaChoitim B'Atik, which comes out of the nose, the Erik Anpin, and he says specific to Erik, he means Erik Anpin. The Hakyos, the zair anpin, and because what's coming out of the nose here is actually the life force itself that causes us, we said in other places, it causes us to breathe, to be alive. So he said about anpin, so he said Kumosha Amba Be'idra, etc., etc. Great Periktes. So he said Zohar Ruach B'Bolo Al Yedecha B'Bina has to come through Bina and Misateres Bo, and it becomes a crown or it crowns him. Memena Yotza the zair anpin, and from there goes to zair anpin. Okay, I'm not sure what Misateres means. I don't know for sure. Let's go on from number Ches. Number Ches says, Ki kol akein seder hishtalshlus me'erik la'aba ba'umka dekula. He says, in the depth of all of it, in the panemias, b'yisod the abba taking place. I don't know. Yisod the abba, he says. Me'erik la'aba ba'umka dekula. What's the umka dekula? It means down at the bottom of the whole thing is the yisod of abba. Abba the bina, and from abba everything goes into bina. Ba'umka the beira, where it goes into the depth. And he says, what does umka mean? He says the yisod of ima. He says that's where it goes. There's a little test here. We'll just pick it up real quick. It's a site reference, or see what it is. So inyan umka dekula, that phrase, it says vav, he says umka the beira, those two phrases, okay, umka the kula of umka the beira, nizker b'zohar, it's in the b'zohar, and he says where it is, and he says b'vucha b'shar ma'amari rashbi, he said the yisod abba v'yisod ima ein sham. It is that the two come together. I guess that's his idea. He says, going back up to the top again, he says, Umabina the zair anpin b'al yada ishtak locha b'becha b'rucha dachai habal lo mibal ha'choitim, that comes to her from Erik Anpin shuhu rich shebachut malchu malchus duration de lo isyuda. Now let's get that one, he says. So what is it that actually, the words are, habalo Mi Baal HaChotem. Who is the Baal HaChotem? So he says the Baal HaChotem is Eric Anpin. Where does he get this from? Shebachutma hu malchus dereisha lo isya. That is inside of his chotem. Rabbi, I really have a hard time remembering where all the parts are, all kind. But then he says, but that's the panemius of it all. It's coming from Atik Yomin. Ubira inyan hey law, that hey law, hey tata, rei lacholon. He's going to talk about it more. We have 1 minute to read number hey, so we'll read it. Rabbi Yafashah Yisachah Shabicha Bekam the Fidarko now. B'Shem Eitz Chaim Yisachah the Rucha the Pardashko who sod os Yud Shem Sag. They were playing around with the name Sag. So he says Achavinikvech Avachotim Hein Besod Beis Hein the Shem Sag Ayin Sham. That so the openings of the nose really have to do with the two Hein that you find in the name Sag Ayin Sham. So this is all Sag. But the fee zecha bebir canvas el l'shono. Behei ishtaklo shahu hanekev atzma. The hay we said in other places represents actually the nostril itself. Shebachota. Metocha yotze haruach, which you said up above, is actually the malchus of Atik. Haruach, or it comes through that. Haruach the milui hey shahu hayud. Hey yud vav dawit. So he says, that's the hay, which is the hay with the yud. So he said, hayud. Hey elaw is hey aleph, the hey elaw. Okay, the hey aleph, hey elaw, hey tata. He said, hey elaw hu hanekesh b'tzad yamin, the misakin neshiv rucha the chai the zair anpin. So that's really where the blowing, or the blowing of this life force is coming to zair anpin. Hey tita, what's that one? Shuchu hanekesh b'tzad small, the misakin, the mitomen, nashiv rucha dechai the nukva leficha v'zuh ilah b'zair anpin v'zuh tita b'nukva ein sham. So this is like a little name classification that he's going over here. We did hear not the Chiddush, but I guess the internal that we can identify here is the Malchus of Atik is inside of all of this, and we have two nostrils, one for one male, one female. Okay, that's it for this one. Thanks a lot.